Hello everyone. The ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula and his first deputy DSG Nomvula Mokonyane are butting heads over the control of Luthuli House's most powerful office. According to Sunday World, there has been a head-on collision of the two political heavyweights that emanates from a broad auspices created by Mbalula to liquidate Mokonyane's power in the party's headquarters. Mokonyane was elected to the position on the slate of former ANC Treasurer General Zweli Mkhize, who challenged and failed to dislodge party president Cyril Ramaphosa when the organization held its elective conference in Johannesburg in December last year. Mbalula, who was on Ramaphosa's slate, pipped his rivals to the powerful post after launching his campaign at the 11th hour. According to well-placed insiders within Luthuli House, the squabble between Mbalula and Mokonyane is beyond just merely rivalry and hubris, but an attempt to isolate the latter, who is the only official who made it without being part of Ramaphosa's CR22 faction. Mokonyane and Mbalula's cold water came to the fore when the party held its first meeting with controversial U.S. Ambassador Ruben Brigetti last week, following his bombshell claims that the government was supplying arms to Russia for its military offensive against Ukraine. According to the sources, the meeting was timed to take place in the absence of Mokonyane, who had been deployed to campaign for by-elections in KwaZulu-Natal. They alleged that Mokonyane felt undermined that such a meeting will take place without her as head of the party's National Executive Committee's Subcommittee on International Relations. Apparently in retaliation, Mokonyane organized her own meeting with Brigetti on Tuesday and planned a peace march to the U.S. consulate for Wednesday. But the march was canned after a decision by national officials in what insiders claim was an attempt to frustrate and isolate Mokonyane. But an NEC member working at Luthuli House downplayed the rift, saying there was no friction between the two. The insider said, there is no such a thing. These comrades are working well, and I say this because I work there every day. People are conflating issues. The SG Mbalula mandated the DG's Mokonyane to take the talks with the U.S. ambassador further to clear a few things. They then agreed on a process of taking the talks forward, and the SG delegated the DSG to lead the process because, after all, the DSG is the head of the international relations. But this was contradicted by another source who asked, why would such a thing happen in such a short space of time, insisting it was Mokonyane's fight-back plan. An NEC member who is full-time at Pixley Semi Street confirmed Mokonyane planned to organize the protest. The insider said there was a planned march indeed, and the DSG presented to the officials. But because of the many activities that were happening, it was agreed that it must be called off because there are ongoing talks. And the Deputy Secretary General accepted that because she now lists the engagements as mandated by the SG. The march was then canned. ANC National Spokesperson Mahlengi Motsiri said Mbalula had decided before engaging Brigetti that it was Mokonyane who would take the process forward. Motsiri said any talk of bad blood between Mbalula and Mokonyane was sponsored by enemies of progress who want to drive a wedge between ANC national officials. Nomvula Mokonyane said, as for the bigger agenda to isolate and frustrate me, I think I'm not in the space of fitting into dubious characters obsessed with malice. And added that the march to the U.S. consulate was canned and not cancelled because of events that were happening, including the memorial service of the late spook Billy Masatla. She said she was working well with Mbalula. An ANC informant said Mokonyane had had it coming from the time she got elected to her position because she is an outsider who emerged victorious from an opposing slate. The source told the publication, Nomvula has been fighting these people since the conference when they tried everything to stop her. They will cycle her by all means because she is not one of them. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.